This is my reaction to the UFC 302 press conference, which featured Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, Sean Strickland, and Paulo Costa, and no one else from the main card of this pay-per-view, which I always think is very telling because it really does show that the UFC is kind of embarrassed about the quality of their pay-per-view. If your main card pay-per-view fighters, before I even get into this press conference, I need to say this point first. If your main card of a pay-per-view fighters are so embarrassing to you that you don't want them sat up there at a press conference, they shouldn't be on the main card in the first place. Give us 5 ranked bouts once a month. That's all I'm asking for. Other than that, though, let's talk about the press conference. So, Makhachev's a trash talker, dude. I know it doesn't really get said because these guys are humble. They mentioned that it's not about money one time in an interview, so they're very humble. But, dude, Makhachev yaps, and I like it. I really do. I think Makhachev's pretty good at it for a guy who's using English as his second language. Again, was this an amazing press conference where Kevin Lee got up, ran across the cage, and punched Chiesa? Or Chiesa got up and charged at Kevin Lee, and then Kevin Lee hit him in the face? No, we're never going to get those level of press conferences again. But there was some moments that made me chuckle here, I guess. So we're going to go through some of the key moments here. Makhachev starts out on smoke on Dustin Poirier. He immediately starts talking about how every time Poirier fights a grappler at the top, he loses, and how he feels bad for Poirier because he's destined to lose every time he fights for the belt to Oliveira, to Khabib, and now to him as well. So that was immediately a good way to start off the press conference. Poirier immediately yaps back and says, "Listen to your coaches and strike with me then," which is kind of a bad look, in my honest opinion. Little bit of a bad look there for Dustin Poirier. I don't know what this is, but there you go. Little bit of a bad look there for Dustin Poirier. But I think he's just trying to say, well, if you think you're so brave, like you said, you could outstrike me. Let's try it out in the cage. And then that sort of died down a little bit as well. He says he'll be the judge of how good Makhachev is. Paulo Costa was up there barely speaking English. Listen, Paulo Costa has a good understanding of the English language. We're just so close to him actually being able to function at a press conference for the UFC. We're very, very close. I can sense it's on the horizon. We're not quite there yet, because oftentimes in this press conference, we'd cut to Paulo Costa for a bit after his question, and it'd literally be like, okay, 10 seconds of not quite understanding what he's saying, and then he ends it with something that you understand. But that's about that. Makhachev was saying that he's going to show Poirier how to do a proper guillotine. And Poirier says the Gilly Goose Gang isn't taking applications. Which is an interesting line to come back with, I guess. Makhachev is quite a good trash talker. I actually like Makhachev trash talking a lot more than I thought I would. Strickland mentions Secret Juice and then says, "Don't worry, Costa. I'm not going to fuck you like Izzy did." And then the whole crowd starts amping up after he says that. And Paulo Costa yaps back at him and starts talking about Secret Juice. And then Strickland, yeah, I swear to God he does this every press conference. "For you fucking guys, dude. We're doing it for you fucking guys. Let's fucking go. And I'm going to do this for you fucking guys." He goes for you guys. You might as well call him Sean for you guys Strickland, because it's here's the thing, guys, is how he starts a lot of his sentences when he's about to begin. And then it always ends with, "We're going to bleed for you fucking guys, dude. And I'm going to make some fucking punishment for you fucking guys." And that's always what it is with Sean Strickland. He starts talking. "Here's a fucking thing, guys. When it comes to Costa, I mean, I don't know about the secret juicing and you guys anyway, dude. Fucking is how it goes, dude. Yeah. And for you fucking guys, dude." And he starts losing where he's at a little bit in the sentence. "We're gonna fucking bleed for you guys. I'm gonna catch a fucking M charge in there." And he starts screaming like, it's what Strickland always does. And I've come to expect it from him. "We're gonna fucking bleed for you guys." Which is what he always does. He also said that he wanted USADA to come along and investigate the secret juice of Paulo Costa. And then in between all of that, Costa was just sort of yammering about something that sounded like secret juice, something that sounded like USADA, something that sounded like Mudgefuck. You know what I mean? A little bit of everything there from Paulo Costa. And then Costa said Strickland's simple, and he has more tools that he'll show this weekend. And he starts getting loud towards the end. Saturday night for you guys. And he starts taking the for you guys from Sean Strickland, seeing that it's working with the crowd. Strickland is, how you say, you know, they doing the jab, good, you know, straight punch, but I have more weapon than him, and this Saturday I will show him. And he starts getting loud towards the end. He's good, and it is funny to watch Costa try and navigate a press conference, but he's not quite there on the English level yet. In fact, I feel like he was better when he was against Israel Adesanya. But maybe Adesanya was just that bad at shit talking that Costa was still getting the better of him. He was kind of at his best in the build-up of the Adesanya fight when he was talking about the earrings. My mother has the same pair of earrings you have and all this. What else happened here? Makhachev claims Poirier makes him sad hearing of the last fight talks. Because Poirier keeps mentioning that this is his last chance. This is his last fight for the belt. And Makhachev says that makes him sad to hear. As in, like, he's going to feel bad when he beats him once again, kind of thing. Strickland back to the bleed for you guys. We're going to scrap for you guys. We're going to do it for you guys. And then I put here Strickland copes about the Drickus loss. But he's going to make that narrative, you know what I mean? And it's a justified narrative, dude. He can absolutely act like he should have won that fight. Very, very close fight. And yeah, if he wins and Adesanya Duplessis is not signed, they should arguably just give it to Strickland, you know. I've just been realizing that. So my bet is that on the post-fight press conference of Dana White at this event, once it's done, they're just going to announce Adesanya Duplessis, I reckon, for the belt. Duplessis Adesanya, I should say, is the A side here. They're just going to make that announcement because they haven't announced it yet. And if Strickland wins impressively, there will be a massive narrative to give him the belt. And they're trying to give it to Adesanya while he's done nothing since getting his ass beat by Strickland. But if Strickland wins in the meantime, maybe then he will earn it over Adesanya. Don't know how that fucking works. Either way, Costa slurs through a sentence about agreeing with Sean, but will win. Yes. I agree with you, bro. This guy, Strickland, I agree with a lot of things, but he always does that in the middle of his sentence. This Saturday, I will win, motherfucker. And then, and everyone's like laughing at Costa, like really fumbling through that sentence. Because he goes off. Well, Saturday, motherfucker. You know what I mean? He loses it and starts making just vowel noises in the middle of his sentences. And then Strickland's like, anyway, dude, great fucking English, dude. Anyway, dude. And then Makhachev jumps in as well, making a joke about how at least a Brazilian is finally starting to learn English. Based, Makhachev, dude. Based. A model migrant that is right there, dude. That's what he's being, dude. That's what you're getting right there, dude. He learned English real quick, those Dagestanis do. They pick it up quick. And Brazilians do not. That is a fact. None of them dare to learn. There are some, obviously, that get a basic understanding of it, but it's almost like Brazilians get to a certain point where you can barely understand them and then they just stop. And there's no improvement to be made. It's like, right, we've got to a point where I'm barely understood. This is where I'll end my English learning. But there you go. Makhachev was just making a comment about that. Finally, brother, somebody learn, brother, he was saying. Finally, somebody learn. This is respect, he was saying. Costa has barely not enough English understanding to function at a press conference, I put there. And then Costa starts, everyone's bigging up the Mexicans now. Maybe it's because Costa's been hanging around Marab. But Strickland starts saying, I'm going to do it for you fucking guys. USA! USA! And he starts getting a USA chant going. And then Costa says, I agree with you, bro, but I will Latin America. I want to support Latin people, Mexican people. Shut up the Mexican. He starts bigging up Mexican people in the crowd. And then Strickland says something about build that wall when the Mexicans started cheering. So there you go. Sean Strickland, classic right there. Couldn't help himself but chuck that one out there. And then Costa saying that Strickland needs the secret juice because he'll never look like him. And he starts standing up and flexing. He's in like a... I don't even know how to describe what. He's in like a white puffer jacket with no sleeves and nothing else pretty much other than sunglasses. So he's in a bit of an outfit. And then says that Sean needs a wife. You need wife. You have to have wife. You cannot not have wife. This guy need a wife. Need to make a kid. This is what he's saying up there. I'm not over exaggerating. That's literally what Costa was doing up on the stage. This guy Saturday need to have kid. This guy no wife. No, why you not have wife? This is Costa. This is Paulo Costa in a press conference. Why you not have wife? You not have wife. I see you embedded, but no wife. Okay, there you go from Paulo Costa. And Sean agrees with him. You know, the best thing you can do is start a family. They start going into all of that. And then Makhachev claims Dustin is nervous, because Dustin does look nervous at every press conference. He does his little, when someone asks him a question, you know, his white eyes go really wide. And then he goes like that. He's really got these weird tics when he's up there at a press conference. And Makhachev was saying, don't be nervous, Dustin. Don't be nervous, brother. It's okay. Be relaxed. Don't be nervous. And then Dustin tells Makhachev to box. And then Makhachev goes, this is not boxing. This is MMA, brother. And then Poirier hits him with, you're going to go to sleep like it's boxing, though. Which isn't necessarily mutually exclusive to boxing, but fair play. It's a line. And then the crowd went crazy for it. And then Makhachev came back with, if you don't tap, you will sleep too, brother. And come back with that. Strickland claims he'll get the first confirmed kill. Which I laughed at, yeah. Not because it was funny that he brought up killing someone in a fight again. But literally, yeah, because I'm going to say this right now. When I hear Strickland yapping about how he's going to be the first one to catch a body, I'm like, dude, you are the last guy who's going to kill someone in you. Bilal might not. Like, listen, Bilal won't. You know, Chiesa's never going to. But Strickland's not the guy to be like, I'm going to catch a body out there. That's not his style of fighting. You know what I'm saying? So he starts talking about that. Makhachev denies the staph infection. That should be mentioned as well. And then Strickland wants Dricus in Australia if he wins, which I think there could be a chance of him getting. We'll see. But that's about that for the press conference. The face-offs happened. I guess I could talk about those. I actually saw the face-offs without Dana White's angle, and I went, it looked like Poirier said motherfucker, and Makhachev said, my mother, what? And that was the confusion. You never say motherfucker to a non-English speaker because they literally think you're insulting their mum. Even though the word motherfucker has nothing to do with someone's mother. So I don't know why we say that, but it's just a thing in the language that seems to constantly cause confusion. Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez, similar situation. But now we have it in MMA here as well. And that's exactly what happened, dude. Makhachev just heard motherfucker and went, what? What did you call? You know what I mean? And immediately it's like, what did you just say about my mother? So yeah, there was a bit of heat at the face-off. Strickland and Costa had a bit of a face-off as well. I just loved Costa at the press conference. He was like a... You know when they just put that one character in a show for comic relief almost? And he's just there. I don't know how to describe him other than that. It would go from all these answers that these people were giving, and then it would cut to Costa and he'd be there going, well... secret juice, show Strickland, this guy, I agree with you, but, you need wife, why you not have wife? I see him bed, counts down, but you not have wife, why not have wife? And then that'd just be Costa's little cutscene that he would have at the press conference. So maybe Costa shouldn't learn any more English and we should just have him up there guessing his way through a sentence in front of the whole world listening, basically, with 100,000 live viewers on YouTube. So, I don't know. That's how I thought about the press conference. Wasn't the best. The media questions weren't the best. I thought they were a little bit better than they have been before. We didn't have much of, when are you coming back to San Antonio? We didn't have any of that bullshit, you know what I mean? So that was good, mainly because Dana White wasn't there. It was John Anik. One thing I want to say about John Anik, and I'll end it on this. John Anik, I'm going to say this one time for the whole of the MMA world. We believe that you have a personality outside of being the commentator for the UFC, dude. I believe you, man. You are a person with a personality. Stop trying to desperately convince all of us by unnecessarily swearing in the middle of your sentences. It's not a Boston thing. I know you really play up the Boston stuff because you say card rather than card or card. Card. I know you chuck that out there on the fucking press conference as well. We get it. You're from Boston, okay? But it just feels like this dude's waiting to chuck an F word out there to show that, whoa, trust me, guys, I'm real edgy. You never know what's going to happen with John Anik when he's not in his suit and tie. It's like his whole life has been, you need to be no personality, just read and be professional. And then when he's outside of that, all of a sudden it's fucking, you like that condensed milk. You love it. Which was a really weird moment if you've seen that one as well. I don't know. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye. Why you not have wife? You not have wife. No secret Jews. Maybe you look better with secret Jews. See you later, guys. Goodbye. Toodle pip.